Hi, Junaid. Good morning.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Morning. Okay. How are you?
Good, sir.
Okay. Good. So we have
Yesterday,
to start exercise, right?
yes.
Okay. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about SSIS. Okay.
Okay.
SSIS is an product of Microsoft. Okay. So
Okay.
basically, it is considered as an ETL tool. So
Okay.
ETL means an extract, transform, and load. Okay.
Okay.
So what does this ETL tool does is, okay, it will extract data from source. Okay. So the
Okay.
source might be Excel file, CSV file, XML file, or any other database. Okay.
Okay.
So it can be anything. Source can be anything. Okay. So from
Hmm.
source, it will extract the data. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And it will load the data into our destination tables. I mean
Yeah.
target tables. Okay.
Okay.
So in between, after extracting the data from source, okay, so we can just do a kind of processing or cleanup of the data. Okay. If we are getting any
Okay.
unwanted data, okay, or any
Okay.
if we are getting any unnecessary columns, or any if there
Okay.
are any mistakes in the data, okay, we can kind of correct them, and we can kind of clean up or filter the unwanted data. Okay. Or if you want to extract, like, if you want to derive a new column out of the existing data. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say if you have a full name column. Okay. But
Okay.
in the destination table, you want the data as first name and last name instead of the full name. Okay. You can divide the data. You can just kind of derive two new columns. Okay. Based on the
Yes, sir.
existing data. Okay.
Okay.
So all those kinds of transformations you will be doing before loading the data into the destination tables. Okay.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
So this is the primary operation of any ETL tool. Okay.
Okay.
So in market, like, we have many ETL tools. You can say Informatica, Power Center, Informatica Cloud, SSIS, Talent, Fivetran, DBT. Okay.
Okay.
So we have lots of ETL tools available. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we prefer Microsoft SSIS. Why? Because so it is a since we are working with Microsoft SQL Server. Okay.
Okay.
So the compatibility between the both Microsoft products, which is the SQL Server and the
Yes, sir.
SSIS,
Hmm.
so would be great. Okay. So it would
Okay.
be like, the getting the data and loading the data back into SQL servers would be, very comfortable. So
Okay.
unlike other servers, So there won't be any latency. So if you're trying to connect one product to another product, you might observe some kind of latency. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but in SQL Server, the latency would be less. I won't say there would be no latency, but it would be very less.
Mm.
Okay. So the compatibility would be more, and the options we can explore would be more. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why we will be preferring SSIS
SSIS.
as our ETL tool for our SQL Server.
Okay.
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 So here we have all our tables right in our databases. So
Mm.
here we have loaded all our tables manually.
Okay.
Okay. But in real time, so what happens is, so we will be getting data from different sources. Okay.
Mm. Yes.
So as I said, we might get, so we will be having a shared folder, a network drive kind of thing. So in earlier in the traditional practices, okay. So
Mm.
before the cloud has taken over, so in the
Okay.
traditional practices, so what used to be the process was, so we used to have a network folder or shared folder or a FTP drive, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So which we call file transfer protocol. So there will be one application, FileZilla. So it is the most used one. So okay.
Okay.
So those kind of things provide as a shared folder between our clients and us. Okay.
Okay.
So that is a kind of a shared folder. So
Mm.
that folder will be like, we can change our viewer. So they also can do the same things, and we also can do the same things on that particular network folder. Okay. So
Okay.
into that
Both.
network folder, yeah, both of them can use.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So using an IP address or a
Mm.
network path. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So we can access that network folder. Okay.
Okay.
So usually, so clients will be sending us the files. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The data files. So through that shared folder, so they'll be placed. So for every different data, we will be having different folders inside that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
network path. Okay, so every different data will be placed in different place in a different folder or subfolder kind of things. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so based on that, so we will be getting the data from the network folder, network path, and we will be loading them to our local path where our SQL server is. Okay, or where our
Okay.
SQL server system is. Okay,
Okay.
or our SSI system is there. Okay, so we will be downloading all those files, or we will be copying those files from the network
Mm.
path to our local path. Okay,
Okay.
from there. Okay, so using SSIS tool, so we will be connecting to our local folder. Okay, since we have already
Okay.
copied the data files from the network path to our local path. Okay,
Okay.
so we will be connecting to our local path using ETL tool, that is SSIS. So
Okay.
from that local path, we will be loading the data into destination table in our SQL server. In between
Mm.
the load, after so extracting from source, so before
Okay.
loading to table, so we will be performing all the required operations.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Okay. So clear.
So that is the usual things that will happen. Okay,
Okay.
so that is the main concept of SSIS and how we are getting the data. Okay, so and as I said, SSIS has different types of sources. We can connect to different data sources, not only one data
Okay.
source. Okay, we will be able to connect to different networks paths. Okay, we will be able to connect to different ODBC connections as an database connections. Okay, so right now here we are using our SQL server, right?
Yeah.
So that is our database. To connect to a SQL server, we need a ODBC connection. To connect to any database, okay, not only
Mm.
SQL server. Apart from the files, okay, apart from
Mm.
files like SQL, Excel files, CSV files, text files, okay, to connect to any kind of database, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we need an ODBC connection.
ODBC connection. Okay.
Yes. So
ODBC
using
it means
using sorry.
ODBC means it's a kind of another application or
No, it's not another kind of application. It is a connection type.
okay.
Like how we are connecting to a database. How are we going to connect to a database? So it is a connection type. Okay. So we have different types of connections, like
Mhm.
based on the how we are communicating with the database. We did it. So there are something called ODBCs, JDBC also is there. Okay.
Okay.
So based on our requirement, so we will be using different types of connections here. Okay.
Okay.
So it is not an application. It is the type how we are connecting to a database. Okay.
Okay.
So in the ODBC connections, what you have to give is, so you just have to provide the server name of your instance, okay, which you want to
Okay.
connect to, and if it has any username or password, and it has any port availability, okay, all the basic details you have to give to that ODBC connection. Okay.
Okay.
So in the ODBC connection, so backend there will be all the code will be written in the backend. Okay. So we will not be able to see that. We will just use that connection type. That's it. In the SSIS itself for the ODBC connection. So the backend code will be written. Okay.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about that. That is not our part. Okay. So we just have to use that ODBC connection and connect it to other database. Okay.
Okay.
We just have to give the connection, details of the other server, the server name, username and password, port or host name, anything. Okay. So those kind
Okay.
of details, we just have to give it to the ODBC connection, and the ODBC connection will be run in the background, and it will connect us to the database server.
Okay.
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 So yeah. So that is about SSIS, like how we will be using that. Okay. Okay. So first, to use SSIS SQL Server Integration Services, you have to install Visual Studio, Microsoft
Okay.
Visual Studio.
Oh.
So Microsoft Visual Studio is a one platform where all the Microsoft products we can use. Okay. It is not only for our SSIS and RS and AS. Okay. So
Okay.
we have a lot of frameworks that we can use in Visual Studio. Okay. So we can run our C# code. Okay. You can use .NET things. Okay. You can use our web application. You can build a web application using Visual Studio. Okay. But we are not going to use all of them in Visual Studio. Our main focus is on SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services. Okay.
Okay.
So have you installed your SQL Server?
No.
Visual Studio here.
No.
Okay. So you can go to, you can just type, Visual Studio download. Let me ping you a link if you can find Visual Studio.
Just installed only in SSMS.
Okay.
I thought in SSMS it comes along with the
Okay. So you thought along with the SSMS, the SSIS will also come.
SSIS will.
Okay.
I thought it already is there in SSMS. We need to just explore the futures.
Okay. Visual Studio.
Microsoft Visual Studio.
Yes.
Okay. Visual Studio Code.
Just a minute.
Download Visual Studio. Yeah. It's asking community 2022, professional 2022, enterprise 2022.
I'm just checking. So I've sent link to someone.
Oh,
Just checking that. Okay.
here I type Microsoft Visual Studio.
Mhm.
It's showing download Visual Studio, but there is multiple options on that.
Yeah.
Community, professional, enterprise. ठीक
Formulas. We can just go with the community edition. I think that would be good. You can see the community edition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just download that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh God. Or else you can do one thing.
Yes.
You can just check for an YouTube channel. So how to install Visual SSIS. Okay, there you'll find
Hmm.
step by step. Okay. So
Okay.
if you know, if you're not getting that, okay, so we will
Yeah, getting it was installed, I think.
install, right? Yeah, good. So maybe if I mean you have to install SSIS also. That is an add-on package for S Visual Studio.
Okay.
Yeah, there's another step there. Okay. So today let's just I'll just walk you through Visual Studio. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Just a moment, sir.
Yeah.
It's showing a few things. ASP.NET.
Yeah. Can you share your screen or?
Yeah, just a moment. Oh, you need to stop sharing screen.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it
Come down.
visible?
Yeah, come down. Come down. Down, down, down. Come
Data storage, Linux.
So just select that
Which one?
data storage and processing. SQL Server data tools. Okay, yeah. So SQL Server data tools would be good. Yeah, just click on install while downloading.
Okay.
So you have the required storage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just click on install while downloading.
Only install or I need to.
Install while downloading. Yeah, click that.
Okay. Download and install. Huh?
Select that and click on install.
Okay.
So it will take some time.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so it will take, I think it will take time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Coming back to my exercise here. Okay. So can you see my screen? You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what SSIS homepage looks like. Okay.
Okay.
So when you open an SSIS,
Okay.
so this is how it will look like. So these are all the recent projects or solutions. Okay. Projects and solutions are same here. Okay. So
Hmm.
these are all the recent projects I have opened. Okay. So
Okay.
which I have already worked on. Okay. So if
Okay.
you want to create a new project, you can just click on the new project or solution. Okay.
Okay.
So here it will ask for the project name. Okay.
Okay.
Can give anything, any name. Okay. So I'm just giving the project name as practice. You can see the solution name will also be copied the same. Okay.
Okay.
And here if you have under business intelligence, okay, so you have to select integration services. Okay. And the project should
Okay.
be integration services project. You should select that
Okay.
and you should name it here. Okay. So this kind of pop-up might have changed in the recent versions. Okay. So, but that doesn't
Hmm.
matter. We can easily figure them out. Okay. So the
Okay.
only thing you should concentrate is, so you should have selected integration services and the integration services project. Okay.
Okay.
Clear. And you can just click on OK and
Yeah.
your project will be created. So right now I'm
Okay.
just using the existing project. Okay. So if you want to
Okay.
open any project, you can just click on open project or solution. So all the available projects will be shown here. Okay. You can just open,
Okay.
you just double click on the projects and inside that you will find a .sln file, .solution file. Okay. You see the type is
Okay.
Visual Studio Solution, right? So just click on that
Hmm.
and click on open. Okay. So the
Okay.
existing project will be opened.
Okay.
Okay. And or if you see
Okay.
here, it will be showing you the recently opened projects.
Okay. Right.
Clear. So under that you can see
Yeah.
the recently opened projects. You can select any one of them. So I'm selecting the development, which is the recent one. It will take it some time, a minute or so. Okay. So this is our exercise window. Okay, we are in our project right now. We are right now in our development project. Okay. So if you
Okay.
see under development project, we have different tabs. Okay, we have project parameters, connection managers, the packages, the package parts.
Hmm.
Okay. So these are the things we need to check
Okay.
on. Okay.
Okay.
So here we will be working with SSI in the project. We will have different packages. Okay. So we will be
Okay. Okay.
inside the project, we will be building different packages. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So for every different requirement, so we will be building different packages. Okay. So we have,
Yeah.
let's say we will be having different units, right? Okay. So let's say in your
Okay.
office, you'll have a IT wing, facilities wing,
Yeah.
management wing. So you'll have
Yeah.
all the different
Okay.
departments, right?
Yeah.
So if you're getting some data, if you're getting a limited data from all these different departments, okay, so
Yeah.
you can create different packages for each of the department under one solution. Okay. Under the same one
Okay.
solution, under the development solution itself, you can create different packages for different units or
Okay.
different departments. Okay. So inside that,
Okay.
okay, you can for each department wing, so it will have a different source and it will have a different destination, right? So based on
Okay.
in one package, you can connect to what management department source, and you can connect to management department's destination table, and you can load the data from that management package. Okay. If you have
Okay.
a facilities wing, right, you have facilities department. So
Yeah.
for that facilities department, you can create another package where you will be connecting to the sources of facilities department, and you will be loading the data into facilities department destination tables. Okay. Right. So like that,
Okay. Okay.
you can create different packages for different kinds of data. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
Or you
Yeah.
can create, what you can do is, if let's say you're getting you have getting a kind of you're getting having large loads, and for every department you have different kinds of data sets. Okay. So let's say in every department you will be having customers, you will be having clients. Okay. You will be having the products.
Yeah.
Okay. You will be having the whatever the
Yeah.
usage thing. So you'll be having different data sets in each department, right? So if
Yeah.
the data is huge, what you can do is, for every department you can create different projects instead of creating different packages in one department. One project. You can create different projects itself for different departments. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is up to
Okay.
us. Okay. Like we can decide how we can create,
Dep-
how we are going
Depends
to
on.
manage. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
So usually, so before building the packages, before starting working, so we will be having, there'll be a meeting like how you want to, what is your approach kind. Okay. So everyone will tell their approaches.
Okay.
Okay. So, so you have seen the data, right?
Okay.
So before we cannot directly build the packages, right? So first we have to see the data, and we have to see what kind of different data is there. Okay. So what kind of different data sets
Okay.
the final
Ah,
data sets the client is looking for. Okay. Based on all the aspects, okay, we can suggest whether we should go with different projects, or we should go with the different
okay.
different packages in one project. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell me.
Sir, it means we are data. It means before we doing the packages, as you
Hmm.
said,
Hmm.
uh, data we have to see before doing the packages. We need to see the go through the what source data.
Yes,
Okay,
we
how
will
it
go through.
would be?
So as I said,
How
they
it
will be sending
we?
you the files, right?
Okay,
So they will
okay,
be
okay.
sending you the
Got
source
it, got it.
files, right? So in the source
Okay,
files,
okay,
see, the client will be sending you a single file for all in one data. Okay. He'll be sending you one file with
okay.
all the data dumped in that. Okay. You have to differentiate the data parts. Okay. That is
Everything
our
will be
job.
in the only one.
Yeah. So the clients will
Okay,
not put much effort in differentiating the data tables, or will will not spend time in sending you different files for different data, right? So they might send you in
Yeah,
any
okay.
format. We don't know that. Okay. So they will just say we have our data in this file and we want
Okay.
this output. That's
To connect
all
to the
they'll say.
different okay.
See, they might send you different
Got
files,
it.
or the data might be in one file also. Okay. What they will
Okay.
just say is, so we have this file, we have our data in this file. Okay. So
Okay.
we want the final output as this. Okay. They'll just give you the
Okay.
source file, and they'll just give you the format of the final table. That's it. Final output. They'll just ask that.
Okay.
They will not give you the
Okay.
intermediate steps, what you have to do, what is this, what can you do with the project, what can you do with the package. They'll not tell anything. Okay, that is our job. They'll
Okay.
just give you the source step file, and they'll just ask for what they want from out of that file. Okay.
Okay.
So we have to suggest them. We have to suggest them. So we have to go through the data. We have to go through the Excel file. Okay. And tell them.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this is the data you are having. This is the excess data you have given us. Okay. This data we don't want. Okay. Or we need extra
Okay.
data. If you want this output, we need some extra data. So first we have to go through the file. Then we have to give them the inputs.
Okay. Before
So
going through that, we need to study about
study about the
data.
data. Yes.
Okay.
We have to study the data. So what is that client is giving us? To be able to give him the required output, we have to get the required source, right? So first we have to go
Yeah.
through the file, and if there is anything not being provided, we should ask them. Or if there is anything excess provided, that is no loss to us, right?
Okay.
Clear?
Got.
First we have to go through the data
Yeah.
and then finalize, like how we can, what is your approach? Like in which tables you want to load, okay? Which ETL, how many ETL tools we have to build, okay? In one table itself, let's say he has dumped some 3 kinds of data sets in one file itself, right? So first we have to
Okay.
decide, okay, this first sheet in Excel file, we have sheets, right? So we have to decide, okay, first sheet belongs to this data set. First sheet belongs to customers. Second sheet belongs to his orders. Third sheet belongs to his online spends, okay? Like that. Okay. So, okay,
Okay.
we can categorize, okay, we have some different kinds of data in one file. Okay. So we will be loading the customer files into one table. We'll load this orders details into one table. Okay. We'll load the customer addresses into one table. Okay. We'll kind of do a sketch. Okay. Rough sketch. Okay. And
Okay.
after that,
The
what we have to
data
use.
will also be in yes, sir. Data also be in table format only, na?
Uh, Presumably, no, not always.
Okay.
So most of the times we will be getting the data in the form of files. Okay. Earlier cases.
Okay.
Now the clients, whoever, like the clients, are almost all of them are moving to cloud. Okay. So they will be in another database.
Okay.
They'll be in their cloud database. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So we have to connect to that cloud database and get the files and get the data.
Okay.
Okay. So it can be a
Okay.
database or it can be files. It can be both.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So some clients
Okay.
will say, like, see, our customer data and order details are in these files, but our what sales orders and the transactions are all those in databases. So they can give you two sources also. They can give you file source. They can give you database source also.
Okay.
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 That doesn't matter to us.
We need to format the data first.
Yeah, we need to study the data
Yes, sir.
first. we need to study the data first. Okay. So once we get the source files, we need to
And
study the
then,
data, how it is. Okay. And we have to specify like what kind of different data sets are available in that particular source.
yeah,
And then we have to decide how many tables we need. Okay. We have to decide how many tables we need, and we have to decide, okay, since if it is a large data set, we should use multiple package. We cannot load all the data in my single package, right? We may use multiple packages to load the data. Okay. So based on the source, we have to decide how many packages we have to create. Okay. And how many tables we need to have, like that. So we'll be having a rough sketch outline. Okay.
Okay.
So then we will start working on the data. Okay. First we will take a sample file. Yeah.
అంటే డేటా నా డౌట్ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు సోర్స్ అంటే వాళ్ళు డేటా ఏ విధంగానే ఉండొచ్చు. అంటే వాళ్ళు ఒక ఫార్మాట్ లో ఉండదు, ఫైల్ గానీ ఏదైనా ఇవ్వచ్చు అండి. అంటే ఏదైనా ఫార్మాట్ లో ఉండొచ్చు డేటా. దాన్ని మనము ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ స్టడీ చేసుకొని, అంటే ఇది సేల్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంటా లేకుంటే ఏమనేది అదంతా అనలైజ్ చేసుకోవాలన్నమాట. ఆ తర్వాత మనం టేబుల్స్ ఫార్మాట్ లో కావాలంటే టేబుల్ ఫార్మాట్ లో చేంజ్ చేయాలా దాన్ని,
టేబుల్స్ లో
లేకుంటే ఆల్రెడీ టేబుల్స్ లోనే ఉంటాయి. ఓకే.
మనకు ఫైల్స్ వచ్చినాయి అనుకో, ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్స్. యు నో హౌ ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ ఇస్?
yes sir. yes sir. అంటే డేటా మొత్తం ఒక షీట్ లో ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట, మొత్తం అన్ని.
యా. సో సపోజ్ ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్స్ పంపించారనుకో, సో ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్స్ నుండి డేటాను చూసి మనం వాడు అడిగిన అవుట్పుట్ ని బట్టి ఎన్ని టేబుల్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి అనేది డిసైడ్ చేసుకుంటాం. సో ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ నుంచి మన సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్ లోకి డేటాని లోడ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో యూజువల్లీ మనం ఇప్పటివరకు సీక్వెల్ లో డేటా లోడ్ చేయాలంటే ఎలా చేసాం? ఇన్సర్ట్ ఇంటూ వాటి చేసాం. ఇన్సర్ట్ ఇంటూ అని చెప్పి మాన్యువల్ గా డేటా ఇచ్చాం మన సీక్వెల్ టేబుల్ లోకి డేటా లోడ్ చేయాలంటే. కానీ యూజింగ్ ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్ అలా
టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేసి మనం అందులోకి
ఒక టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేసి మనం డేటాని ఇన్సర్ట్ చేసాం. సో ఎస్ఎస్ఐ అన్నప్పుడు ఎస్ఎస్ఐ యూజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? మనం మాన్యువల్ గా డేటాని రాయడం ఉండదు. ఇన్సర్ట్ ఇంటూ అనే రాయడం ఉండదు. సో ఆల్రెడీ టేబుల్ అనేది క్రియేట్ అయి ఉంటది. ఓకేనా? సో మనకు ఫైనల్ టేబుల్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉంది. సో మనకు సోర్స్ అనేది ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ అది కూడా ఉంది. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు మన దగ్గర రెండు అవైలబుల్ ఉన్నాయి. ఒక టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేసాం, సోర్స్ కూడా ఉంది ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్. సో ఆ రెండింటిని ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్ కలుపుతుంది. ఓకేనా? సోర్స్ నుంచి టేబుల్ ని
క్రియేట్ చేసి పెట్టడం కూడా అవసరం లేదన్నమాట.
సో ఆల్రెడీ క్రియేట్ చేసి ఉంటాం మనం. సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్ లోకి వెళ్ళి క్రియేట్ టేబుల్ రాసి టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. సో మనం డేటాని చూసి
ఆ డేటాని తీసుకొచ్చి
ఆ టేబుల్ లో పెట్టాలా. మనం డేటా సోర్స్ లో ఉన్న ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ ని చూస్తున్నాం కదా. సోర్స్ లో ఉన్న ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ ఉండే డేటాని చూస్తుంటాం. సపోజ్ దాంట్లో కస్టమర్ డేటా ఉంది అనుకో, సో కస్టమర్ డేటా మాత్రం ఉంది అనుకో ఆ ఫైల్లో. సో మనం దానికి తగ్గట్టుగా సీక్వెల్ లోకి వెళ్ళి ఒక టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. సో దీంట్లో ఉన్న కాలమ్స్ ని బట్టి దీంట్లో ఏముంటాయి? ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్లో కస్టమర్ ఐడి, కస్టమర్ నేమ్, కస్టమర్ అడ్రస్, లొకేషన్, సిటీ అవన్నీ ఉంటాయి. సో అదే అలాంటి కాలమ్స్ తో మనం టేబుల్ కూడా క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటాం. క్రియేట్ టేబుల్ కస్టమర్స్, కస్టమర్ ఐడి, కస్టమర్ నేమ్, వాటి డేటా టైప్స్ ఇచ్చి సీక్వెల్ లో ఒక టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా? సో ఇప్పుడు ఆ క్రియేట్ చేసిన టేబుల్ ని ఈ సోర్స్ ఫైల్ ని కనెక్ట్ చేస్తుంది ఎస్ఎస్ఐఎస్. ఓకేనా? సో కనెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? ఈ ఫైల్లో ఉన్న డేటా ఈ టేబుల్ లోకి కాపీ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే. ఆ సేమ్ నేమ్స్ తో ఉన్న డేటా మొత్తము
సేమ్ నేమ్స్ డిఫరెంట్ అవ్వచ్చు. మనం చెప్తాం దానికి. ఎక్సెల్ లో ఈ కాలం లో ఉందంటే సీక్వెల్ లో ఈ కాలంలోకి వెళ్ళాలి డేటా అనేది మనం చెప్తాం. వి విల్ డిఫైన్ దోస్ థింగ్స్. ఓకే. సో ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ ఈ కాలం ఐడిలో ఉన్న డేటా కస్టమర్ ఈ టేబుల్ సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్ ఉన్న టేబుల్ లో సిఐడి కాలంలోకి వెళ్ళాలి. ఓకేనా? సో అలా మనం చెప్తాం దాన్ని. వి విల్ డిఫైన్ పాత్. సో ఫైనల్ గా ఎక్సెల్ లో ఉన్న డేటా మనకు టేబుల్లో కనిపిస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? సీక్వెల్ ఎక్సెల్ ఫైల్ లో ఉన్న డేటా మనకు సీక్వెల్ టేబుల్లో కనిపిస్తుంది. Okay.
Okay.
So that is what we call getting the data from source is called extract, and loading the data into table is called load. Okay. So in between loading, so we will do some transformations. Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, we will be doing some kind of transformations, or if you want to restrict some data from not loading it to the table, you can restrict that. You can filter the data. సపోజ్ నీకు కస్టమర్స్ లో అన్ని కస్టమర్స్ డీటెయిల్స్ వచ్చింది. ఓకే, దాంట్లో బెంగళూరులో ఉన్న కస్టమర్ డీటెయిల్స్ నువ్వు టేబుల్లోకి లోడ్ చేయకూడదు అనుకో. సో మనం SSIS లో మనం ఒక ఫిల్టర్ పెట్టుకుంటాం. SSIS లో ఓ ఫిల్టర్ వాడి దాన్ని ఆ బెంగళూరు డేటాని రెస్ట్రిక్ట్ చేస్తాం. సోర్స్ నుంచి డెస్టినేషన్. దీంట్లో క్వైరీ ఏమి ఉండదు. సో ఇందులో క్వైరీ ఉండదు, అన్ని మనకు ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ టాస్క్స్ అవైలబుల్ గా ఉంటాయి. We just have to drag and drop and use them. Okay.
Okay. అందులోనే ఉంటాయి.
Yes. So let's see sample package how we will be loading the data. Okay. So if you click on right click on SSIS packages here, so you have something called new SSIS package. Your package will open, and the package, the default name will be given some package 4. Okay. So if you see in the SSIS toolbox, we have different tasks. Okay, we have data flow task, execute SQL task, bulk insert task, execute package, execute process, file system task. We have lots of things. Okay, so based on our requirement, we can use different tasks. Okay, so now our basic requirement is to load the data from one source to another source. Okay, I mean another destination. Yeah, so we have a source and we have a destination, right? So now our requirement is to load the data from source to destination. Clear?
Yeah.
So for that purpose, we require data flow task. Okay. Using this task only, we can extract the data from source and load it to destination. Using this data flow task. Okay. Clear?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
So if you double click, yeah. So in the package, if you see, we have different tabs. One is control flow, one is data flow, another one is parameters, event handlers, and package explorer. Okay. So we have different tabs here. Okay. So we will see how we will use them. Okay. First, you will have to drag the task you require into control flow. Okay. We have dragged our task into control flow tab. Okay. If you double click on the data flow task, okay, it will move into data flow tab. Okay. Now we are in data flow task. Okay. Clear? So now inside the data flow task, you should define your source and destination. Okay. Here, this is the place where you define your source and your destination. Clear? Okay. So if you see here, we have sources, other sources and other destinations, right?
Yeah.
Below that sources, you can see different types of sources: ADO.NET source, CDC source, Excel source, flat file source, OLEDB source, raw file source, and XML source. Okay. So these are the different sources available. Okay. Based on your source type, if you have got data in your Excel file, you can choose Excel source. Okay. If you got data in text files or CSV files, you can choose flat file source. If you are trying to connect to another database, okay, if your source is another database,
we need to select our data source, which whatever in format in the source is in.
Yes, exactly.
We need to choose here.
Yes, exactly. So let's say I've got data in CSV files. Okay. So usually instead of Excel files, we will be getting data in CSV files. Why? Because it can hold more records. Excel has a restriction that it can load only less than 10 lakh records. Okay. CSV file doesn't have that restriction. Okay.
If source data is in CSV file, then which source do we select?
Flat file source.
Which one's flat file source?
Yes. Okay. If you get in a TXT or if the extension is .csv or .txt, you should choose flat file source here. Okay.
Okay.
Double click on that flat file source. A pop-up window will open like this. Okay.
Okay.
A flat file source editor will come. Okay. Here you have to create a connection between your source and SSIS. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Between your source and between your file and SSIS, you have to create a connection. Okay. So for that, there is no existing connection. If there is an existing connection, you can use, or you can just create a new one. Okay. Just click on new. And you can give a name to that connection manager, but default name is flat file connection manager. Here you have to specify the file which you want to use. Okay. Clear? Which any file document. So I'm selecting a file here. Okay. So I've selected a file here. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So these are all the different options available, in which format the file is, whatever is the delimiter. And the text qualifier, we don't have a text qualifier. Okay. We'll talk about these options. Okay. And you have some header rows to skip. Okay. And you can see all the columns
Yeah.
available here. Okay. These are all the columns and this data. We're just previewing that. Okay. Just click on OK
Okay.
and go to columns here. You will be able to see all the columns here. Okay. Just click on OK now. See, now our source is ready. We have connected to our source. Okay. Fine. Now we have to load this. We have to load this data into our destination table. That is our SQL Server table. Okay. So now we have to configure destination. Okay. So if you go to other destinations, you'll have something called OLEDB destination. Okay. Drag and drop that. Okay. Now connect your source to your destination. Okay. Like this. You have to, there will be a blue arrow mark. If you click on the source, you have a blue and a red arrow marks. Just drag and drop on the destination. Okay.
Destination. Okay.
Yeah. Now the source is connected to destination here. Okay. Now you have to configure the destination also. Double click on the destination. So it will also be here also we have to create a connection manager between SSIS and the destination. The existing connections are shown here. Okay. So if you want to create, you just click on new and again click on new. So it will ask for the server name, on which server, what is the name of the SQL server you want to connect. So this is the server name. Okay. Just copy this and paste it here. It will highlight this one. You can select the database names that are available here. I think it is taking time. I don't know. Okay. I'm just giving practice and do just a test connection. Test connection succeeded. Okay. Just click on OK. Here that will appear in this list, in the data connection list. Select that connection and click on OK. Okay. Now you will be able to see all the tables inside that database here. Okay. Clear?
Okay. Whichever the source is given,
whichever the table you have created for that source, you have created a table, right? So you have to select that table, any table. Okay. So if it is customers, you can just select customers. Okay. And you can just go to mapping. Okay. So in mapping, you can just drag and drop. If the USN is your customer ID, just drag the USN and drop it on customer ID. And for language, customer name, and story text. So like this, you can map the columns. Okay. That means the data from USN column in Excel file should go to customer ID in table. Okay. Like this. Okay. Now the data from language column in Excel file will go to customer name column in table. Okay. That is how we will
Right
map.
side is right side one is you have created this table, no?
Yeah. Left side one is the columns from
Okay.
so Excel file. Okay.
From
So
sources.
this is how
This one.
we can map
Yeah.
the data. So from which column it should go to which column in destination. Okay. Just click on OK.
Yeah. Okay.
And now our data flow task is ready. So ignore that mark. So that is not correct table, right? So it is just showing the mark. Ignore this. Okay. So now our data flow
Okay.
task is ready. Now we can execute this package. Okay. So you can right click
Okay.
and click on execute task, or you can just right click on the package and click on execute package. Okay. So you can
Okay.
do, if you want to execute a particular task, you can just right click on that task. If you want to execute the whole package, you can just execute the whole package. Okay, from here. So it will run and it will load the data into our table. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is how SSIS will work. Okay, it will get the data from source and it will connect it to the destination table and it will load the data there.
Okay.
Okay. So we will see in depth from tomorrow onwards. This is just an overview how SQL Server works. Okay. So if you haven't just, you can just go through any simple blocks or vlogs. Okay. For your better understanding. Okay. So that you will not get confused in tomorrow's class. Clear? Okay. Fine, Junaid. So we will connect tomorrow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Bye.
Bye.